Are you on a diet rich in meat and processed foods, but want to dip your toe in the sea of plant based eating to try it? But the problem is, you've always relied on store bought smoothies and have never eaten or cooked much with veggies. So even the thought of making a smoothie at home from scratch is something new for you. And what's a green smoothie? The idea of this is so strange and foreign. If this is where you're in the right place. Today, let's look at one easy way you can start testing the waters of the plant based world making a green smoothie. I'll break down smoothie making into the essential basics for you, and you'll be well on your way to making your first green smoothie in 5 easy steps. Sounds good? Let's go! Welcome to the Plant Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi, friend. Do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Hi, friend. Trying to start anything new, especially if it's a lifestyle change to better your health, can feel really daunting and overwhelming. But even if you have multiple health challenges, are used to a meat and processed foods heavy standard American diet, or have a busy schedule, I want you to know that moving to plant-based eating is possible and can be doable and stress-free. You just need the right strategies, skills, recipes, guidance, and support to help you on your journey. So, if you really want to better your health and know you need extra help changing your lifestyle, reach out to me at healthnow@plantnourish.com or use the link in the show notes to apply for a free rapid health transformation call with me. If selected, we'll connect further so I can help look into your specific circumstance and health situation. I can then let you know what I think the best next step would be for you. If it involves working with me, I'll show you the different ways we can move forward together to reach your health and weight goals. If not, I'll let you know that as well. I look forward to hearing from you. Now let's move into today's topic. I remember one of my past clients who was literally starting from scratch when we began working together. He only knew how to cook meats and didn't know how to cook vegetables apart from boiling them and putting cheese or butter on them for flavor. But even though he was starting from ground zero and had a tiny kitchen and only one portable stovetop burner, he was able to transform his lifestyle within a short period of time because he had the right support, guidance, and recipes. I'm so proud of him because within 3 months of working together, he had already tried over 15 new plant-based ingredients and learned to cook quite a few plant-based dishes on his own. Have you also been used to a heavy meat-based diet for most of your life, living on processed foods and relying on drive-thrus, takeouts, and frozen meals? Maybe you've tried a smoothie before, but it was store-bought. And since you hardly ever cook, even the thought of prepping and being in the kitchen for an extended length of time is stressful. Yet you desperately want to turn your health around, get off some meds, and lose those unwanted pounds. But you're likely wondering, how in the world can I even begin to move away from that lifestyle into a more healthful one? Well, you're definitely not alone. I have seen and worked with many in my community in the same situation as you. That's why in this episode, I want to focus on green smoothies. This is one simple positive step forward in your health that you can take if you want to start improving your health and test drive what eating healthier could be like. In fact, it's one of the first things the client I mentioned earlier started with early on in his plant-based diet journey. Making a green smoothie can be fast, easy to make, tasty, and super nourishing for your body. So let me show you how to make one. Now, just in case you don't know what a smoothie is, let me take a quick moment to explain it. A smoothie is basically a liquid drink made from a combination of ingredients using a high-speed blender. This is usually a liquid base like water, milk, or juice, blended with some fresh or frozen fruits and possibly vegetables. Other ingredients that may be included in smoothies, especially the commercial ones, are yogurt, protein supplement powders, sherbet, ice cubes, nut butters, and or seeds. Smoothies can come in all sorts of colors due to the different ingredients and additives used. You may even have tried a smoothie from places like Jambo Juice, Hugo Juice, or other smoothie outlets. Now, if you want to enjoy smoothies, I recommend making them at home because this will be cheaper, fresher, and also much healthier for you. Here's why. Many of the store-bought smoothies I see simply use juice for the liquid base. They also tend to use mainly fruits and hardly any vegetables and come in large serving sizes. So commercially prepared smoothies can be especially loaded in calories and will not be very beneficial for those who have blood sugar problems. At home, though, you can customize the ingredients to create a more nourishing and healthful smoothie, such as a green smoothie. So what is a green smoothie? Well, a green smoothie is simply one where some leafy green vegetables are added, usually at least 1 to 2 cups worth, into the blender along with other ingredients. That's why often the final color of the smoothie is green, but not always. It just depends on the ingredients added. For example, if blueberries are used, the final color will have more of a bluish hue. The key essential ingredient to a green smoothie, though, are the green leafy vegetables. That's because leafy greens are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and health-boosting phytochemicals. These include vital nutrients like lutein, vitamin K, beta-carotene, and folate, which are so beneficial to our bodies. So how do you get started? Let me give you now a super simple, basic, fail-proof green smoothie recipe. Just follow these 5 easy steps. Step 1. Put 2 cups of a green leafy vegetable into a blender. If you're new to green smoothies, it'll be best to use a mild-tasting, easy-to-blend veggie here, especially if you don't have a high-speed blender. Some good starter options could be either baby spinach leaves, a baby spinach and kale mix, bok choy, or a pre-mixed salad leafy greens mixture. A few extra tips here. If you have a good high-speed blender, you'll probably only need to chop up the bok choy leaves and stems before putting them in the blender. The other leafy greens I mentioned earlier won't need to be chopped. But of course, you can always make a test smoothie first to see how well your blender works to make green smoothies, before deciding how well you need to chop up the leafy greens in the future before blending them. Also, although baby spinach leaves blend up well and have a slightly sweet, mild taste, it's best not to use them every day, but vary up the leafy greens that you use in the smoothie. That's because spinach is a high oxalate containing vegetable, so it could cause kidney stone problems for those who are at high risk of getting them or who have had kidney stone issues in the past. Now on to step 2. Add in a medium apple. It's best to chop this up first into small cubes for easier blending. Then, step 3. Put in a small ripe banana, the riper the better, or half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. Feel free to put in a bit more than half a cup of blueberries if you like. You can also use other berries like strawberries if you prefer. Raspberries and blackberries will likely give a slight tartness to the smoothie. The banana you use can be added as cut up fresh or frozen banana chunks. Step 4. Add in a cup of a fortified plant-based milk, like soy milk, almond milk, or oat milk. Then, step 5. Blend it all up until super smooth and creamy. You can throw in some ice cubes as well if you like it colder or if you're not using any frozen fruit. That's it! Now you're ready to enjoy your first green smoothie. Feel free to split this portion into 2 if you're finding it too much to drink on your own in one sitting, or share it with a friend or a loved one. Now here are a few extra bonus tips to help you. Number 1. The key is to get the smoothie blended as smooth as possible. Trust me, you'll enjoy it so much more. So use a powerful high-speed blender if you have one to help you do this. Otherwise, if you're using a regular blender, you can chop up your leafy greens and the apple into smaller pieces before putting it in, to help with the blending process and shorten the blending time. You can also stop and scrape down the sides of the blender bowl with a spatula or spoon once or twice if needed during the blending process for a smoother consistency. Bonus tip number 2. For easiest blending, always put the leafy greens at the bottom of the blender with the heavier fruits and other items on top. This will help the leafy greens blend up faster and into a smoother consistency than if they were at the top of the blender bowl where the blender blades may not hit. And number 3, for a colder, more refreshing smoothie, freeze your fruit ingredients like the banana and blueberries the night before. So if you're planning to use a banana in your smoothie the next morning, just cut up the small ripe banana into chunks and freeze it overnight. You can also use frozen blueberries instead of fresh ones. So today I showed you how to make a basic green smoothie in 5 easy steps, one that will truly nourish your body and be more healthful than many store-bought versions. I also gave you 3 extra bonus tips so that you can enjoy your first green smoothie with more success. Number 1, get the smoothie blended up as smooth as possible by chopping the ingredients more first or using a high-speed blender. Number 2, making sure to put the leafy greens first at the bottom of the blender before loading all the other ingredients on top. And number 3, freezing up the smoothie ingredients except the plant-based milk the night before for a colder, more refreshing smoothie the next day. So here's an action step you can take. Give this easy, basic green smoothie recipe a try this week. Then, over time, as you get comfortable making this basic green smoothie, you can start to experiment more by trying out different kinds of leafy greens, as well as gradually increase the amount of leafy greens you are putting into each smoothie blend. For example, this could be from 2 cups to 3 cups of leafy greens. Feel free to adjust the amount and type of fruit you're using in the smoothie too. This will help keep your smoothies interesting and provide you with more varied nutrition as well. Thank you for listening today. I hope you found this episode helpful on your journey towards optimal health and nutrition. If you're currently feeling frustrated and stuck on your health journey and not being able to meet your health or weight goals, I want to help. Email me at healthnow@plantnourish.com or apply for a risk-free, rapid health transformation call with me using the link in the show notes. This way, I can better understand your current situation, troubleshoot any specific challenges you may have around plant-based eating, and provide recommendations on what I think the next best steps would be. Let me help you get unstuck so you can confidently reach your desired goals and live the full, vibrant life you want. Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please take a moment to rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or on iTunes. Knowing how this podcast has made a difference in your life never fails to light me up. I may also select your review to be read on the show. Remember that moving to plant-based eating can be simple and doable, even with your existing health challenges and busy lifestyle. If you have a plant-based diet question you'll like me to answer on this show, share that question with me using the contact options in the show notes. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to connect with you again in the next episode. Until next time, keep plant-focused and thriving, my friend.